Hello and welcome to the channel. I am Noob and I'm back with some more Mecha Break. Before we get started with this showcase video, please turn your devices to its maximum settings.
Pilot sync rate stable. Mind bridge initiated. Obtain launch keys from 3 data terminals.
As requested, someone has asked me to showcase one of the heavy mechs, so I'm gonna go a step further, and I decided to purchase an ultra heavy mech that I'm showcasing here, codenamed Hurricane. It's a defense mech for point defending, ultra heavy mech. Its strengths are number 1, its armor, being A grade armor. Its second strengths would be support and team combat, with both a grade B rating. Its combat range is about a C. Its solo combat is also a C. And the combat mastery is a D, meaning anybody can get behind this thing and pilot it, just about. The mech is basically designed for mob suppression. Now let's get right in here in the action, right into the fray with this behemoth, and let's see just what this thing is capable of. So its main / primary weapon is an energy blaster on console. That is your left trigger, which you can pretty much charge the weapon to maximum damage if you hold down your left trigger and fill the top left gauge. It is an energy blaster, fires plasma blast, dealing continuous AoE damage, area and energy damage. Hold to charge and fire blast, dealing continuous area and energy damage. It does instant damage. It's a projectile weapon. Obviously, it's an energy weapon as well. The charge damage is really powerful with about 24,000 damage. That can be dished out per charge per round. Your secondary weapon that can be used on console by pressing the right trigger is a decoy drone, which it deploys stationary drones to form a stasis field and decoys blocking long-range attacks. The weapon type is functional. Special effect: decoy draws enemy lock-on, staggered, temporarily immobilized. The effective duration is around 30 seconds to be exact, and its durability is about 30k. Also, to inform you of its use, it can be used to block close range melee attacks when close range enemies swoop in for melee damage when the weapon is active. Then we have our LB, left bumper weaponry, which is a defense field drone. Deploys stationary drones that create a wide defense field to block long range attacks. Weapon type: defense shield. Force field capacity up to about 50k damage. Force field region 2,000 seconds. Effective duration about 15 seconds. Effective radius about 40 meters. Moving on, we have our RB, our right bumper weaponry, which is a turret drone. Deploys stationary drones that fire energy beams at all nearby enemies, dealing energy damage and intercepting incoming missiles. Weapon type: projectile. Damage type: energy. Effective duration 18 seconds with a damage output of 3k. Effective radius 120 meters. Total capacity 3 units. Reload time 20 seconds. Then we have this beast weapon that you see me using right here, which is the X button. It's called the focus emitter. Focus emitter fires supercharged plasma from the drone, inflicting continuous energy damage. Damage increases with prolonged emission. Locks on up to 4 units. Press again to deactivate early and reduce cooldown. Weapon type: projectile. Damage type: energy. Damage about 1,350 to be exact. Emitting frequency: 5 attacks per second. Emitting duration 4 seconds. Reload time 12 seconds. Max lock-ons 4. Lock-on range 480 meters. So I ended up racking up a bunch of assists with this mech, which I'm not complaining. Doing my job. It's not an attack mech, it's a defense mech. It's built for defense. For suppressive fire and team combat. It's definitely good when you have good pilots on your team and some good mechs, depending on the class of mechs that they choose to pilot. The paint job / color scheme is the default color scheme that is on the mech when you purchase it. Like I said, I just purchased it and decided to showcase this. Someone asked me to showcase a heavy mech, and like I said, decided to go the extra mile and showcase an ultra heavy mech. And with that being said, I'd have to say I'm rather pleased with my purchase. It's definitely a heavy hitting mech. Everything that I described, it does really well. But everything still boils down to the pilot skills, to the person behind the mech. So what I've noticed after grinding a couple of matches with it is that its weakness seems to be the melee mechs. If you're fighting a real good melee heavy or medium attacker, it can be overwhelming, especially if you're fighting two of them and it's just you, which I was put in that scenario like multiple times in like 2 or 3 matches. Got the AI telling me to provide cover. I've basically been doing that the whole game with all the assists I've been getting. It's kind of frustrating too, because I be wanting the elimination versus the assist, but an assist is better than nothing. So if you're a mech person that likes heavy, ultra heavy mechs, this is definitely a more than formidable of a choice of a mech to pilot. He just came to the door at the wrong / right time for me. Wrong time for him, right time for me. You better run. We all was after. I'm quite sure in his mind he probably said, what the F? Like everybody's literally, the whole enemy team is right here at the door. Yeah, he staggered me crazy just now. Real crazy. It's all good. We're gonna do our laser emitter weapon, which deals a decent amount of damage. I feel between that and fully charging the plasma rifle does very formidable damage, coupled with the decoy drones. And it looks like the enemy team will not be mounting a comeback here. I did my job, came here to kick ass and take names, and did that rather well, I'd say. Got a couple of eliminations and more than enough assists. And that's gonna basically do it for this episode. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch. Appreciate it. If you don't mind, hit that like, share, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my content. And stay tuned as I plan to showcase many other mechs for you. Appreciate your time always. And we're gonna get up on out of here now. Until next time, peace and be well, everyone. Noob out.